Welcome trainers, Watts here. Today we're going to be doing our first competitive analysis for a VGC 17 Pokemon that is not a Generation 7 Pokemon. And kicking this off, we have Garchomp. So Garchomp is an extremely popular Pokemon right now, and one of the most popular competitive Pokemon ever, really. To start to figure out why that may be, let's look at its stats. It's got an HP of 108, an attack of 130, a defense of 95, a special attack of 80, a special defense of 85, and a speed of 102. So overall, this Pokemon just hits every point. It's only really got a low special defense and a low special attack. You're not using it for the special attack. The special defense is still high enough in combination with that 108 HP to be bulky. And the defense combined with that HP is very bulky. The attack is ridiculous, and the speed is above average. Above the 100 base is in the upper tier, especially in our current format. But it's obviously not insane like a 109 plus base, but still very much faster than most other things. And the attack is really where it shines with that 130 base. Looking at its typing, it's a Dragon Ground type, which is a pretty good typing. It's going to be weak to only 3 types, but one of those being a 4 times weakness to Ice. Garchomp is not going to be able to take Ice type attacks very well. It's going to resist Poison, Rock, and Fire, and have an immunity to Electric. So it being weak to Dragon doesn't really come up too often. Its weakness to Fairy is obviously very notable, and its weakness to Ice is obviously its huge hindrance. The coverage of Dragon and Ground is going to allow you to hit every single type for neutral damage, and it's going to allow you to hit quite a few types for super effective damage thanks to Ground type being a really powerful offensive typing. Next up, we'll look at the abilities. It's got Rough Skin. Pokemon lose 1/16 of their HP when they make contact with a move to this Pokemon with this ability. It also has Sand Veil, which during a sandstorm, the accuracy of any move used against this Pokemon is modified by a factor of 4/5. Looking at the notable moves, it has Crunch, Fire Fang, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Brick Break, Flamethrower in case you are only using your Fire type attack to deal with Kartanas and you do not want that 5% chance to miss. Rock Tomb, Aerial Ace, Shadow Claw, Stone Edge, Swords Dance, Bulldoze, Rock Slide, Dragon Tail, Poison Jab, Iron Head, and Substitute. Now, since this is a Pokemon that is not Generation 7, it's obviously had history in competitive VGC games from previous formats. So I'm introducing a new part of these series for any non-Generation 7 Pokemon, and that is going to be competitive history of those mons. Garchomp's competitive history is vast to say the least. It's seen competitive play ever since its release, and very notable wins of tournaments on Stage and Park's 2014 World Championship winning team, and many more. It's seen so much play in the 2013, 2014, and 2015 format, only not seeing much play in the 2016 format, and that pretty much speaks for itself of why. And obviously seeing a ton of play in the current 2017 format. Looking at some example sets, Garchomp is a pretty standard mon. It's been run pretty much the exact same way for a really long time, only changing a couple moves just for meta choices, as it usually used to run Rock Slide, but since there's not very many things that Rock Slide hits for super in our current format, and Poison Jab clears up a lot of issues Garchomp can have with all the Tapus, Poison Jab has become the more staple replacement for Rock Slide. So this first set is looking at Garchomp with a Life Orb, Blumberry, Ground MZ, or Focus Sash. The one cool thing about Garchomp is while its set is usually pretty standard, its item is not always. There's a lot of different item choices that Garchomp can use, and they're all pretty viable. Right now, the most popular is Ground MZ, for good reason, because allowing you to get a single target, very powerful ground type move is very strong, because you're not always going to be in a position where using a spread move that hits your ally is a good idea, even though you want to be using a ground type move. And since Earthquake is your only option for that ground type stab, it's all you really have to go off of. But Ground MZ allows you to get that single target damage, and also is a kill button. And Focus Sash is also going to be the second most popular item. It's pretty good because it allows you to pretty much for one time negate your ice type 4 times weakness. And Life Orb is also a viable option. And Lumberry right now I would say is not, because there isn't much status, there's almost no burns running around. But if there comes up with a more Will-O-Wisp format, then Lumberry becomes a very viable item. The nature is going to be Jolly with the ability either Ruskin or Sandbell, depending on if your team is Sandstorm or not. The EVs are 252 in speed, 252 in attack, 4 in HP, with a moveset of Earthquake, Fire Fang, Poison Jab, and Protect. Fire Fang and Poison Jab have sort of replaced Dragon Claw and Rock Slide for the current format, just because Fire Fang allows you to hit Kartana, which is very notable, and Poison Jab allows you to hit the Tapus, which is very notable. Two very, very huge issues in the current format, and issues for Garchomp to deal with normally. For the next set, we have Garchomp with a Choice Band or an Assault Vest. This is going to be Jolly again with Ruskin or Sandville, 252 in speed, 252 in attack, 4 in HP, with a moveset of Earthquake, Fire Fang, Poison Jab, and Dragon Claw or Rock Slide. I recommend Dragon Claw, but you can also run Rock Slide if you desire. Next up is going to be Garchomp with a Choice Scarf, an Adamant Nature this time, because you obviously don't need it to be Jolly if you have the Choice Scarf, with Ruskin or Sandville. As for EVs, you can go with a standard spread that we've been using, or you can go for 148 in HP, 252 in attack, and 108 in speed. This allows you to outspeed Timid or Jolly, 252 Pheromosas, as well as everything else in the format that isn't going to be Scarfed or double boosted by Tailwind and or Swift Swim, Slush Rush, Sand Rush, etc. So this EV spread allows you to have a little bit more bulk and generally outspeed everything normally, but the normal 252 in speed does allow you to outspeed other Choice Scarf things like Choice Scarf Garchomp or Choice Scarf 100 base speeds or Choice Scarfed Lele or any weird Choice Scarf things in the format. But either way, I'd say you can choose whichever EV spread you want. It's not going to make too big of a deal either way. I guess personally I would go with the HP variant. As for the moveset, it's going to be the same as before: Earthquake, Fire Fang, Poison Jab, Dragon Claw, or Rock Slide. That's it for this analysis. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please check out my other videos in this series and subscribe to see my future uploads. I really enjoyed doing this one on a previous Pokemon. It was fun to research a bit. Even though I know Garchomp's history, it was still fun to look it up and just make sure I knew everything. But yeah, it's going to be super fun in the future to research upcoming Pokemon that I'm not too aware of their competitive history. So that'll be a really cool segment in future analyses of non-Gen 7 Pokemon. But yeah guys, make sure to comment below which Pokemon you want me to do next, and I will get on that. So thanks again for watching. Peace out.